yet authentic and down-to-earth are additional qualities that draw his classmates to see him as a leader and friend. It is a pleasure to welcome Senior Class President Ishaan Chatterjee to deliver the class address.
Ringer washing machine, 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me? Okay, sweet. I hope everybody brought their sunscreen because by the end of this you will probably be as tan as I am. We're off to a great start. Greetings, distinguished guests, alumni, faculty, family, friends, and of course, fellow students. I am Ishaan Chatterjee, President of Bedford High School's class of 2018, and it is quite an honor to be speaking in front of you all today. When I first really thought about the idea of giving this speech, I'll admit I was just as excited as I was nervous. My mother actually saw this and tried to comfort me. It's only 3,000 people, she said. What could go wrong? It's not like you're going to wait to the last minute to write this. Oh boy. Flash forward to yesterday morning, and I'm sitting on my bad laptop in front of me Googling best high school graduation speeches. I actually look over to my Amazon Echo device. Alexa, how long does it take to write a speech? I'm not quite sure about that one. Alexa, will I be okay? Probably not. Ishaan. But it's okay because I did my research and used what other great speeches had and, I guess metaphorically, copied and pasted them into my own speech. And it's not plagiarism, because I changed the words a little. I look out upon this fine group of beautiful, capable, great-looking, young students, and I cannot fathom how much we've grown. It's crazy. Some of us are actually smiling. I haven't seen a smile since like 2012 when we all listened to Pitbull. And I mean sincerely listened to Pitbull. Like it came on during our middle school dances and we would absolutely lose our shoestrings. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Pitbull, it's actually a type of dog that we let loose on the dance floor to spice things up. We have learned so many valuable lessons together about time management, perspectives, and diversity. Speaking of diversity, I am an Indian American. Very proudly so. But I was actually specifically told by my parents not to do an Indian accent for this speech. While simultaneously being told by my friends to do an Indian accent for this speech. High school is about choices. I guess family came first in this case. But punctuality is perhaps one of the most important speeches or lessons that we have learned together. During our time in high school, we become masters at setting alarm clocks on time to wake us up on time. We will set one at 6 in the morning, and another one at 6:01, and 6:02, and 6:03. Next thing you know, it's 7:55 in the morning, and you open your heavy eyelids, gaze towards the window, and wonder, maybe Mr. Chip McGee has called that snow day. And then you realize it's May. And Mr. McGee has stopped answering your numerous prayers on Twitter. No, we may not be on time for things, but that's just the classic millennial thing of us to do, right? Wrong. Turns out we aren't even millennials. We are something called Generation Z. So, that had me thinking, all right, I guess we spent our lives adopting the previous stereotypes and characteristics of the millennials, the previous generation before us, but what are we actually known for? So I went ahead and I did us all as a favor, and I Googled it. What are Generation Z actually known for? And Google hits me with 2 words, meme generation. And let me tell you, I have never been so proud of anything in my life. I went downstairs, Mom, Dad, I'm not part of millennials, I'm part of Generation Meme. Dad looks at me, Ishaan, school starts in 10 minutes, why are you in your underwear? This was also yesterday morning. So for those of you who are scratching your heads wondering, what is a meme? And I'm mostly talking to Generation X, the older people in this audience, because if you're a high schooler and you don't know what a meme is, you must be living off the grid. Like I'm talking, you haven't talked to another kid your age. Does Evil Kermit ring a bell? What about crying Michael Jordan? Do you remember Harambe? What about that Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial? Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. LeBron's reaction to J.R. Smith's screw up. Anyone above the age of 20 is like, what is this kid talking about right now? Well, in short, a meme is anything that is funny that becomes a trend among people, typically on the internet. For instance, a child dressed in cowboy boots yodeling in the back section of a Walmart. That is a meme. Parking in senior lot for an entire year with nothing but a dirt lot pass. That is a meme. This speech is a meme. No, high school has been 4 years of extensive learning in and out of the classroom. We have attained knowledge that will allow us to prosper in a world that has endless opportunity, but is wrought with challenges and obstacles. Bomb threats, school shootings, political turmoil, the removal of Vine from the App Store, students exercising their voices, utilizing their rights to protest, to actively engage in real precedent issues. That is us. We are incredibly intuitive, voraciously inquisitive, and we hardly take no for an answer. We even managed to make Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, a meme. Although it really wasn't that hard considering he is not human. Our class is undoubtedly the most brilliant, well-accomplished, and academically astute students that Bedford High School has yet to see. I once watched my fellow students put paper clips into electrical outlets in the library just to see what would happen. Did I join in? No comment. These students displayed the same tenacity that I see among all of our class. Curiosity with a dash of daring. Among us sit future doctors, musicians, engineers, singers, actors, artists, lawyers, and professional athletes. We may not always realize it, but we have accomplished so much and have been through so much together, and we aren't finished yet. We will take our talents, our passion, our drive, and we will make something of it. And in a moment of serendipity, we will look back on our roots. And what will we see? You remember your relationships above all else when looking back on these 4 years. Your best friend, your most inspiring teacher, your favorite lunch lady. These people are the people you may have to say goodbye to now, but you will remember them. And among the adults, teachers, coaches, mentors, our parents, most of all, have watched us grow and change. They've raised us, taught us, watched with confusion as we committed cringeworthy dances, whipping and dabbing our way through the last 3 years, and finally shooting our way across the finish line. Life is unpredictable. It can sweep you up and leave you wondering where all that time went. It is sometimes important to take a moment and reflect at how things have truly changed, and perhaps what hasn't changed at all. Like how I may still owe the library books. And I'm graduating. Like BHS traffic, no matter how much it changes, it's still as frustrating as ever. Or how Kanye West still manages to break the internet once in a while. You know, we had our senior banquet about 5 days ago, and during this banquet, a slideshow was played. It briefly displayed the photos of our class over the 4 years of our time together. And I remember watching some of us laugh and some of the more dramatic cry. That night reminded me of something I've always and will always admire about our class. We consist of very different people, with different perspectives and different personalities, different interests. But we will strive to include each other, invite each other into our own lives. We find common interests, common goals, and we unite under these ideals not because we have to, but because we are inherently good people. I am proud of us and what we've become and what we will be in the future. BHS class of 2018, thank you for a wonderful 4 years. It has been an honor to grow among you. Make it a great life, Bulldogs.
Just amazing. Thursday night, prior to our senior award, community organizations, we're here to present scholarship awards to members of the graduating class. Local scholarships totaled more than $75,000 this year, and they were awarded to many worthy seniors. It is just another example among many of how this community values and supports its children and these young adults. On behalf of our senior